Back again, still David, still One Up Gaming, still episode 373 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So thank you all for watching. This is the part of the show where we're going into this week's news. So if you haven't already seen it, please go check out the podcast where we go through the games we've been playing, the news, the UK top 40s, and any giveaways, any competitions, they'll all be on there, so please check that out. We'll go straight into this week's news. It's going to be a quick one this week, so we'll go straight into it. And the first bit, Lords of the Fallen, the most important and ambitious game in published CI Games history. Lords of the Fallen has sold 1 million copies in 10 days, publisher CI Games has announced. Hexworks Souls-like launched on October the 13th on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, with a myriad of performance issues, a number of patches later, and Lords of the Fallen is in a better place. Indeed, the most recent patch makes a big improvement to the game, with a further patch due on October the 26th that reactivates cross-play between PC and consoles. Lords of the Fallen is the most important and ambitious game we've developed in our 20-year history, and the first in our new planned AAA pipeline of games in the years ahead. CEO of CI Games, Marek Tymiński, that'll do. To see this fresh and innovative take on the action RPG achieve 1 million sales in just 10 days has been humbling for everybody at Hexworks and CI Games. Thank you all. Thank you to all the lamp bearers out there who have embarked on their journeys across Moronstead, fearlessly traversing the lands and living of the dead. Incredibly grateful to the passionate lords of the community, blah blah blah. So yeah, we reviewed the game. It's up on our website now. We said that the game was good. It had a couple of issues, a couple of things, so maybe that's been ironed out now. When is it now? 24th when we're recording this, so hopefully by the time this video goes out, that new update will be out. So if you do have the game, let us know in the comments. Have they fixed the issues that were with the game, or is it still a little bit buggy and going through the paces? But as I said, leave comments, let us know. We'll go into the next bit of news, and that is Marvel's Spider-Man 2 fastest selling PlayStation Studios game. Spider-Man 2 has enjoyed huge sales success, becoming the fastest selling PlayStation Studios game over a single day period. Insomniac's PlayStation 5 exclusive sold through more than 2.5 million copies in 24 hours, Sony revealed. That figure includes pre-order sales of individual units and units bundled with PS5. The sales milestone means Spider-Man 2 has overtaken Santa Monica's God of War Ragnarok at the top of the PlayStation Day 1 launch sales chart. Insomniac Games holds itself to incredible high standards when it comes to delivering engaging and innovative gameplay experiences. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is Insomniac Games' third installment in the franchise for PlayStation, built from the ground up to take advantage of the unique features of the PlayStation 5. Why does everyone say built from the ground up now? The goal was to massively build off the action, storylines and features from the first two games, while an epic storyline, two playable superheroes, a visually stunning Marvel's New York, and so much more. Yeah, so it's done well. It's done really well. I have a PlayStation 5, but it is just sat underneath the TV. I don't think I've turned it on in about 6 months. That's how much I don't play the PlayStation anymore. I've always been an Xbox fan ever since I got the original Xbox back in 2001, I think it was, and loved that. Went into the Xbox 360, loved that, and then I did get a series. No, I didn't. I got the Xbox One Day 1 edition, and about 3 to 6 months later, I managed to get hold of a PlayStation 4, and then I switched over to the PlayStation for the PlayStation 4 generation, because that just seemed to be playing better and running better than the Xbox One. And then as soon as the newer generation of consoles came out, it was a fact that I couldn't get a PlayStation 5, so I got the Xbox Series X. No, I got a Series S to start with, and then I got a Series X and gave the Series S to family members in Sheffield. And then I got a PlayStation 5 eventually from somewhere, and I was using it. I got the 2-year PlayStation Plus membership thing, and now that that's ended, I've just turned it off and I've not really touched it since. So let us know what you think of the Spider-Man 2. So while we're talking about Spider-Man 2, we'll move into the next bit of news, and that is, here's why Spider-Man 2's fall damage makes sense according to science and law. Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 is finally here, bringing with it a slew of new gameplay features, including the ability to wingsuit across New York skyline, and if you so choose, the opportunity to take fall damage upon botching a poorly thought-out web swing. The Spider-Man community has been at odds with itself for years now over the question of whether the addition of fall damage would enhance the gameplay experience, and whether it would even make sense given his superhuman abilities. Not having this in the previous entries was always a strange little detail that was missing. I expect fall damage in an open world game because it means you have to pay attention to traversal. The immunity of plummeting from a skyscraper unscathed was the most video gamey thing ever. Others took a less favourable view of the new edition, with some once again returning to the question of whether fall damage should even be a consideration for heroes who are part man and part spider. Why is fall damage even considered? Blah 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 blah. Do you know what? Miles' spider is pretty small, which means it has low mass and therefore weight, and a relatively high surface area, which is important, as the relationship between these two factors is vital when it comes to determining the fall rate of an object in a non-vacuum environment where air resistance is a factor. In other words, a small spider would accelerate towards the ground at a rate much slower than a human body, which boasts a higher mass and a proportionally lower surface area. The end result is that even if a spider collides with the ground, having accelerated to its maximum rate of fall, known as terminal velocity, there's a good chance it still wouldn't be moving fast enough to impact that with enough force to seriously hurt itself. As a veterinarian with spiders as patients, I can tell you that small spiders and many of the small animals can sometimes fall from reasonable heights without significant traumatic injuries or damaging internal or external structures, tending not to take significant fall damage, explained, I just said Daniel, chief veterinarian. This can be many factors. Do you know what? Nah, I'm done. Spider-Man, good game. I don't know why I did that. It's just rubbish. But if you are interested in the anatomy of the spider, email us. Let us know. Tell us why you think Spider-Man is a cool little dude and all that gobbins. So email us, contact@oneupgaming.co.uk, or just leave comments on the thing. So we're moving to the next bit of news, and that is, the bad King Kong game is part of a vicious cycle of licensed titles, Dev says. When Skull Island Rise of Kong was released early this week, we reported that on the this gameplay, PS2-esque graphics, the left-fielded bugs, which many are calling it the worst game of 2023. The reason it received that dubious title, however, is apparently because the developers only had a year to work on King Kong's latest video game outing. Per a new report from The Verge, developers at Iguana B, an indie studio based in Santiago, Chile, said they were contracted by Game Mill to create Skull Island from scratch within a strict 1-year turnaround, with development starting last June, expected to be wrapped on June 2nd, 2023. One developer said the crunch to meet the deadline was really set in motion in February. Those who spoke to The Verge under the condition of it pointed to a vicious cycle of licensed game publishers by a company. Basically, although Iguana B wants to work on original projects like their well-received original game, What Lies in the Multiverse. They're beholden to companies like Game Mill for funding who want licensed titles, and then their portfolio is filled with licensed games, inadvertently making them a go-to for them. It's a love-hate relationship because they are the ones who accept or give the projects, and Iguana B doesn't have the means to develop almost anything of its own because, well, money. So, yeah, I don't know. It's funny, it's silly, it's a bad game, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how things shape up. Game of the Year is coming soon. Is it a shoo-in for worst game of the year? We'll find out. It's not long to wait now. So we will go into the next bit of news, and that one is Robocop Rogue City Nintendo Switch version cancelled. The publisher of the promising Robocop Rogue City has quietly cancelled the Nintendo Switch version of the game. A Switch version was announced in July 2022 alongside the PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5. You can see the Switch logo on the trailer revealed last summer, but a note on the Robocop Rogue City reveals that Switch is no longer in the works. At this moment, we don't have any plans for the Nintendo Switch release. It's perhaps an expected move from publisher Nacon, given the ambition of Taeyeon's Stompy shooter. IGN went hands-on with Robocop Rogue City at Gamescom and found slow first-person shooting, decision-making, and a spot of detective work is all part of this unique-feeling game. Robocop Rogue City launches on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on November the 2nd. And I am one of these people that actually quite excited for this game. From what I have seen of it, it actually looks quite good. You know, I'm actually really interested in the fact that you're very slow, built like a tank, running around, well, walking around, shooting all these bad guys. You have to pop them in the head till they go pop. And if you miss and shoot the scenery, loads of scenery breaks and explodes and shatters, and it's just it seems to be a really well put together game. We'll find out. Next up, EA Iron Man game being developed in Unreal Engine 5. EA Motive has confirmed it's developing its upcoming Iron Man game in Unreal Engine 5 in a long-awaited update from the studio. Revealed in a blog post, EA Motive said Unreal Engine 5 will empower the dev team to work their magic and create something really special. It joins several other games like Black Myth Wukong, Tekken 8 and The Witcher remake in using the engine, with Lords of the Fallen being one of the first major games that uses it to release. EA Motive confirmed it is now focusing on Iron Man after switching from the incredibly well-received Dead Space remake early this year, though the game is likely still years away and it's still very early in development. We're still early in pre-production and taking our time to make sure we set the best possible foundation for development, but already we're finding so many opportunities to explore story, design and gameplay with Iron Man, and it's exciting to see the fantasy start coming to life. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good little game. Well, I hope it's going to be a good little game. I really did enjoy the Dead Space remake. I love the Dead Space universe, so hopefully they can carry a lot of things forward in this game and keep it going, because it will be an amazing little game. So we'll go straight into the next bit of news. Comment, share, like. How to watch the Xbox Partner Preview Event 2023. Microsoft has announced the Xbox Partner Preview Event livestream that will happen on Wednesday, October 25th. The event will show new looks and reveals of upcoming games heading to Xbox Game Pass and Windows from third parties partners. IGN will be carrying the preview livestream. Watch blah blah blah. The Xbox Partner Preview will take place Wednesday, October 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and 6 p.m. British Standard Time. So for us in the UK, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night. So it'd have already been on by the time you're watching this. So timing is great. And it's expected to last for 30 minutes. Yeah, then it just goes through a load of rubbish that we don't really know about. Yeah, No, nothing. We'll just skip that then. So, yeah, what did you guys think of the show? Send us messages. Send us tweets. Let me know if it's something that I should maybe rewatch or watch again, because I might not have watched it because I'm an idiot. So we'll go straight into the next bit of news, and that is Konami confirmed Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 issues to be addressed post-launch. Launches this week with a number of issues. Konami said post-launch updates are planned to address them. Konami provided IGN with a list of these issues, which we are breaking down by their relevance to the games within the collection. Let's start with the bonus content for the Snake's Revenge NES port. In the bonus content videos, the timing of some subtitles don't match up with the audio. Konami said it's planning to patch that will correct the timing. A post-launch patch is planned to add a number of visual options in the games, including a CRT scanline filter and the ability to change the pixel aspect ratio. Moving on to MSX2 versions of Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2. The MSX2, that makes more sense. Future patch will add the ability to switch between windowed and full screen mode from the menu. Across Metal Gear Solid 1, 2 and 3, bug fixes are also planned, specifically on Metal Gear Solid 2. Konami warned the game may significantly slow down in certain cutscenes, which sounds worrying. A patch to reduce processing load is planned. There's also a slight delay to the timing of certain visual effects, with a patch to correct it to match the original game due out at some point. And finally, switching between windowed and full screen mode from the options menu on the title screen is planned for a feature. It just sounds like they've messed this up big time. It doesn't seem like they're ready to launch the game, really. It sounds like it's a mess. I guess all we can do is get the game, see how it is, but I still think we shouldn't give developers a free pass if the game's bad. Don't buy it. Let them know how bad it is. But we'll go into the next bit of news. PS5 Slim US release date and Spider-Man 2 bundle leaked online. A reliable leaker behind early PlayStation Plus lineups revealed has reported a PlayStation 5 Slim release for the US, as well as what appears to be its first bundle. On French web, November 8th, priced $559.99. That's the same price as the current standard edition PS5 with Spider-Man 2. Of course it is, because it's going to be the same price, it's just the discless version is going up. Also mentioned the date of November the 10th for the standard and digital versions of the PS5 Slim in the US. So perhaps there will be a staggered release throughout the week, with the bundle going live ahead of the new console standalone launch. Yes, because they want to get that extra $50-$60 guaranteed. The smaller PS5 design comes with a 1TB storage for the PlayStation 5 and the PS5 Digital Edition, up from 825GB in the original versions of the console. And the new model provides the option to add an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive to the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make me look interested at all in it. Are you guys loving the PlayStation 5, or do you think that there was some issues that? I mean, I just don't like the look of the thing. It's an ugly, ghastly little thing. I say a little, it's massive. Anyway, next up. EA Sports FC24 bug completely breaks the game. So it looks like there's been an update. In an attempt to address the glitch, EA has temporarily removed the Trickster Plus playstyle from Ultimate Team players' items. They'll look to add it back in once this issue has been addressed in a future title update, they said on Twitter, X. EA's FIFA series has over the years suffered from the odd bug. Most of the time these bugs are hilarious glitches that result from nightmarish physics collisions between players, but the latest currently spreading throughout FC24 is perhaps the worst yet. The bug sees a player perform a skill move to fully attach the ball to the back of their leg, leaving them free to run straight into the goal. There is nothing the opponent can do to prevent this. Oh, God. It's hard to trace the origin of the bug, but it's prevalent enough to be affecting competitive multiplayer. Players on Ultimate Team's Division Rivals mode results in which affect players' ranking and rewards have taken social media publish. I don't know, it's just weird. Yeah, I guess they can't really do nothing. They'll once they've found the cause and stuff, and they will fix it, and it'll come back out, and then in a few weeks, no one will even know anything about this. But it is funny. Leave comments. Let us know how you think this is. So the last bit of news that we've got is The Rock asks Paris Museum to make improvements to botched waxwork figure, starting with my skin colour. After fans roasted a wax figure at Paris Grivin Museum for bearing a questionable resemblance to its subject, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Johnson himself is requesting some changes, specifically addressing the inaccuracy in the statue's skin tone. On his official Instagram account, Johnson shared a video from comedian James Andre Jefferson Jr., who is seen poking fun at the statue. It looks like The Rock is about to be part of the royal family. For his part, Johnson has been a good sport about the ordeal, taking Jefferson's video in stride, but he also confirmed in the caption that he was going to have his team reach out to the wax museum so that they can work on updating my wax figure here with some important details and improvements, starting with my skin colour. They'd said in an email that Johnson was right to flag the issue, and they'll obviously remedy it as quickly as possible and send him new photos once completed. Last week, the museum unveiled the wax statue of Johnson, which was swiftly criticised due to its skin tone being much lighter than the actor's. The Rock is Samoan, African American, but he also looks like an Eastern European plumber. One of the others on social media, specifically X, openly roasted the statue. Some look more like Mr. Clean. Others, myself included, think the statue looks more like his Fast and the Furious co-star Vin Diesel. Oh god, it's just... oh yeah. So, that, my friends, is this week's UK... No, it's not. It's the news. The news for this week. So, we're going to have a quick 20-second break, and we'll be back with the UK Top 40. But if you're just watching the news, thank you for watching. I will see you next week.